you get it? Half and half, like that was half my face. Dude, I'm just full of them today, aren't I? So when it comes to selling products on Amazon and bringing products to market on Amazon, which are friendly for the marketplace, there's a lot that comes into consideration. I'm gonna use milk today as an example. I know it says half and half, but we're gonna be talking about milk. What am I gonna do? My staff loves half and half. I'm a vegan, I don't even drink this stuff. Let's transition and show you what I'm talking about and how you can capitalize on some of the trends I'm seeing on Amazon when it comes to developing your own products. Transition, all right, here we are. All's quiet on the milk front. Not so much. So when it comes to selling milk on Amazon, not the most e-commerce friendly product, right? What is the best selling milk on Amazon? This is the part that was very interesting to me. Right here, Organic Valley. Let's go down to that. I don't want to click on their ad. Good click, Karma. You click on Organic Valley. What do we have going on here? We have 12 shelf-stable, individually organic milk boxes. Shelf-stable milk. In a grocery store, a traditional grocery store, would you ever think to go and buy shelf-stable milk? No. On Amazon, would you? You might, right? Let's go back and look at the search results there. So this is the 157th best-selling item in grocery and gourmet. Then we've got fresh here. Doesn't have a rank, doesn't have a rank. Fresh doesn't get indexed for ranks. I have to think that this isn't taking off as much. Look at the reviews. We have 325 here. We only have 8 here. We have 11 here. Why is this one trending when the other ones aren't? So one, people aren't in that same shopping, mindset. Like, right, I'm gonna go to Amazon to buy milk, maybe not. What's cool about these is they can actually go in your kids' lunch boxes. You can take them on the go. I've actually seen something by Organic Valley on the, at Costco, right? So it doesn't have to be refrigerated. When items don't need to be refrigerated, they become a whole lot more Amazon friendly. They become a whole lot more e-commerce friendly because you don't have to not only refrigerate it from wherever you made it to Amazon and then from Amazon to the end user. You don't have to worry about the whole perishability of it, right? So that's one consideration. There's a couple more we're gonna talk about. One, look at this beautiful listing, Organic Valley. I don't know if you paid for this. I don't know if Amazon's just giving it to you. Look at that image though. Let's look at these sales, right? So the only time that the sales went bad in the last 3 months is when Amazon went out of stock on it. So maybe come up with a backup offer here, Organic Valley. You can see over time though, look at this one is just, torn, right? This is nothing new. It's been on the market for 1,000 days, but these milks aren't trending. So let's go to here. Let's just look at what's going on here. I'm wondering if I can see when it was last year. So one, if it's fresh, you have to be a part of fresh to shop fresh. And so ideally it's probably, or in the perfect world, it's just probably not going to convert. Yes, I get it. Whole Foods is coming. Yes, I get it. Primenow is going to go to the Whole Foods store and bring you the fresh milk. Until that happens, these are the products that are winning. What are other examples of this in other categories? Well, if we jump over to almond milk, normally, if you're buying almond milk, you're gonna probably go into the refrigerated section, pull it off the shelf and buy it. Not the same on Amazon. You've got a boxed almond milk here that is shelf stable by Almond Breeze right here. Same thing. What other categories does this make sense with? Well, let's take a look at something that's trending. Let's look at bone broth, right? We know that people are going crazy over this. So what is the best seller? I think in grocery stores, I'd have to assume that it would be in the refrigerated section or maybe in the powder section. But in this case, the best selling bone broth are not these ones, not these ones, not these ones, right here, Kettle and Fire, coming at it hot, right? So what's different about this? One, it's in a box. Two, it's shelf stable. Three, it doesn't have to be refrigerated. That's a beautiful thing, right? That makes your product much more e-commerce friendly. Any other categories? I wrote them down over here. Think about like fresh fruit versus dried fruit. Dried fruit's always going to sell better. Think about popsicles, right? The best-selling popsicle isn't going to be a frozen item. It's going to be a little more like an Otter Pop. So what does this mean for you if you're thinking about developing products into the grocery space? Number one, you have to consider, is the product perishable? Is it frozen? And if it is, can you work around that, right? So milk traditionally is a very perishable item. These guys have worked around it. I don't know how they did it. I don't think they've added pesticides. I can't speak to that truthfully, but they've sort of kept to their name. It is an organic product. They're realizing the benefit of it. The next thing about it is when you store this item, so whether that be here or at Amazon, does it need to be in a cold chain environment? Like, so do you need to ship it cold? Does it just have a propensity to melt? All sorts of things you're going to want to consider when it's coming to developing products into the market. What is the shelf life on these items? If it's fresh like this, it's going to expire in a certain amount of time. If it's ready for the shelf, there's going to be a longer shelf life on it. And then the last thing that I think is a big consideration, and one thing that, I know Campbell's soup is getting a lot of a lot of flack right now. You know, what is the vessel or what is the container that the product is actually coming in with? So for instance, if I'm going to sell, I wanted soup. One vowel difference makes all the difference. Organic soup. So cans are very heavy. Cans then that contain liquid become even more heavy. So if you look at things like sort of what that bone broth company did, is they actually put it in a box. Boxes are going to be a little bit lighter. Boxes are going to be a little bit easier to ship. They're going to stack a little bit more evenly. One company that I love that I've seen sort of come up the sales ranks right here is called Fawin. They've been trending up for quite a while. Pacific, you know, nothing new here. They've got their box soups, but I think box is a much more friendly thing. So ride them in the rapid fire. We've got, you know, the temperature control. Does it need to be, you know, controlled where it ends up to be shipped to? We've got the shelf life. We've got the vessel. All things that you need to take into consideration. If you want to go into those types of markets that is going to traditionally have a frozen item, how do you iterate around it so that it doesn't need to be frozen? That's all I got. If you guys have other items of products that you think would be a great example showcase here, let me know and we'll talk about them. Out!